And welcome back to Der999 Shows. And it's fun, and here we are showing the Mustang, showing the Grandstang again. My 2020. This is what I decided what it is. My 2020 Mustang Ecoboost Premium Pony Package Heritage Edition, and Heritage Edition is in quotes. That's why I figured out what they kind of wanted it to be because of this right here. This has absolutely everything but two things. It doesn't have no sound system, which apparently sucks, and the standard speaker, the 12, not the 12, but the 8 speakers, I believe it is, the ones that come with Sync 3, Sync 3 is right here, it sounds fantastic. It sounds so clean and crisp and clear. It's what I want. Yes, can you tell I listen to Bose? I have a Bose soundbar and Bose PC speakers. But anyway. So that's what I want in a listening experience, and it does that, so I don't really need to do anything with it. And apparently, I looked it up recently, apparently if you want the B&O sound system, it's nearly impossible to get aftermarket. You can't buy it aftermarket, you'll have to find parts for it, or salvage or whatever. You could, in theory, buy it from a parts site, but still. It should slot in just fine. It is a Mustang after all. Everything slots in just fine. But yeah. But however, if you want a better sound system than the 8 speaker, you could just, you know, get an aftermarket sound system. But anyway. So in this shot, I cleaned the Mustang completely. It's completely clean. And that's what I wanted to do a major update with, is Mustang is now clean. Update number 1, Mustang is now clean. I cleaned it. I have washed and waxed. I used Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax, not sponsored. Hybrid ceramic wash and wax. It also has some normal wax, some polymer wax. It's similar everything, and I use that, and it works fantastically, which you will see later. But to start with, I use Meguiar's leather seat cleaner and high shine cleaner. This is just a seat cleaner. I also have my Shine Sprite, which is something from Etsy. I have that Ford emblem power bank that just sits there, waiting to be used, which hasn't really been used. I have a little cloth thing, which I also got from Etsy, but it's a normal aftermarket part. You can get from American Muscle and whatever. That goes over the center console because it tries to be leather. I think it is leather, but it's so hard that it doesn't really do anything. So I put a cloth thing on it, and it works perfectly. I've been inspired that because I've been thinking about the Mustang, and my plans of changing with it. You know that laundry list of ideas I had to upgrade a Mustang with aftermarket parts? Basically, right now, I think to match the identity of this car, which me and my sister like putting identity on things, like she had, like her RAV4, which unfortunately died, passed away on us because it got wrecked by an F-150. Was Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn Rose. And now her new RAV4, which is actually an upgrade above that, which is what most reviewers have, which always baffled me as to why people thought the interior of the base RAV4 is so good. It's because the interior of the upper trim RAV4s are so good. Better than the Mustang, which is around the same price point starting. Which is around the same price point when you're talking Ecoboost named GTs. When you're talking shell-based, yes, complain please. Because that is very high price point for night and stuff. Okay, so to fit the identity of Grandstang, I think it would be better off being more of a cruiser, being more of a grand touring car. Grand touring cars, when you're not putting GT on muscle cars like what the V8 is, and for Ford, because that's what the GT in Ford is. That's what the Mustang GT is. It's just a muscle car. It's just a V8, and that's it, basically. Because whatever the GT can get, the Ecoboost can get, except for the pony package, and the GT can get that. GT has a California package, or at least it did. I don't know if it does now. I don't know if the Ecoboost does now. So, yeah, it's just overall, really, I just had the idea of just leather up everything. Make every touch surface really nice. Make it like an Aston Martin. Make it really nice. It'll weigh it down, but I don't really mind it that much. Because you get the lightness from the engine anyway. Having lightness up front's important too. I can always add a twin turbo if I wanted more power. Which I don't think of any modified engine anytime soon until I actually get the YouTube monies coming in, or whatever money I can get, or a large amount of money, so I can actually, do things and not have to worry about getting on SSI, which I still have it on. I'm on my grandma's insurance. I'm on my mom's insurance that she's getting through her work. So if she was fired, I would be dead. But at least they let me stay on our policy for now. If Blue Cross Blue Shield wasn't so generous, I should be right back. We would have to basically buy insurance, either Obamacare, try to get on Medicaid. Seems like Medicaid would be fine with it, if I plead my case well, or lawyer up. But anyway. Which is what I do with SSI. Which, of course, with SSI, the lawyers don't take money until the very end, until you get awarded money, or not. Then they don't take money. But anyway, so yeah, in this image, that's basically what this image is. You can see how it glows at night, which is really nice. You can see there's glowy in the rear wheel. You can see there's glowy in there. There's glowy door seals. The pony dances on the ground, or just is on the ground. At night, it's just really, really nice. And you can change colors too, to any color to any color. No, I think it's a list of colors. It's not as crazy as if you had the digital dash. If you have the 1.8 pack or the 2.8 package or whatever it is, where you get a digital dash and memory seats. You could get memory seats. It might be easier than F-150. I hope so. But the trick is getting a memory seat in a modern Ford product is you have to replace the seats. If it's already powered, you gotta replace the seats. I don't know why. You can replace the controller in the seats. I don't know, but you have to replace the panel, put the switches in, code the computer, and that's it. It's actually not that hard in theory. It's just, again, getting the parts and doing it yourself or having someone do it for you. There's no aftermarket solution like there is for the Sync 3 system or the digital dash. So you have to get parts for it and do it the old-fashioned way of upgrading tiers. But that is the nice thing about the Mustang is you can't do that. Mustangs are very upgradable. You can upgrade, and you can upgrade your 25,000. You can upgrade your 25,000. I bought it in Miami, and it cost me an arm and a leg and trade in. But you can get that. You can get that Mustang all the way up to a Shelby if you want. Your Ecoboost all the way up to a Shelby if you want. I need to make a video on that eventually, talking about that aspect of Mustangs. But you can, and that's what makes Mustangs incredible, is the aftermarket support and the fact that you can have any trim of Mustang you want, or have a mix of them, if you work hard enough and you got enough monies. But anyway, so moving on to the next image, because I think we're done here. This is also taken the night in the middle of the garage. We should get into daytime, showing off the shiny seats in daytime. This was before vacuuming the carpets. This is after 6 months of use. I also got my Ford mask there, my Bucky's mask there, my grandpa's mask there. Paper towels in the back, just in case. Moving on to Oh, this is after applying the high shine, the Meguiar's high shine interior detailer, and you can see the shining chrome right there. That's really nice. I didn't apply it to the dash at all, or the upper parts of the door sills, because I don't feel like being blinded. Only blinded partially. Now this is from the inside, and I can really see it. See that lights up. I don't think you can't see the Pwn logo here because the door's out like that. But yeah, no. It looks really, really, really nice. Let's flip back. It looks really nice with the high shine. I even put the high shine on the steering wheel, and it actually looks really nice, and it feels even better. It feels really slick. Or not that slick. It feels like you can actually do stuff quickly. Now I gotta do the caution. I have to caution you against doing it, because I don't know your steering wheel. You have to basically try on a small portion of your steering wheel, or not, but you might slip. And definitely don't put it on your pedals. Never put it on your pedals. The Mustang's pedals are slippery as is, which one of these packages got the sport pedals. But the Mustang pedals are slippery as is, so you don't want to mess with it. Also, a little tip: instead of putting the handbrake up for your running lights when parked, press that button. Or one of these. Yeah, press that button. And this one is for the ring sensing lights or whatever. But press that button and you can turn on your running lights. That's what that does. It's not in the manual, oddly. The Ford manual, I kid you not, is a really good manual. But it just didn't have it in there. I don't know why. Maybe because I was reading in 2019 manual. Maybe the 2019 don't have it, but I don't know. Here's the engine bay during the day. This was before washing, by the way, so the paint's not very different. I'm going in some things. This is the relay board. That's the battery. Some more electrical things. Coolant. Engine. I checked the oil with the dipstick. Did it properly by wiping it off and whatnot. Made sure the oil is good consistency. Made sure the oil is fine. Oil life is draining fast. Let me check right now what the oil life is on camera. But last time I checked, it was 59. After about 6 months, which makes sense. That's what most cautious people say. Change your oil is about it's about 6 months for a car you're actively driving. Yeah, 97. I mean 57. Yeah, 57 inch training fast, so it's good for. And by the way, I did go over the. That comes later. And windshield wiper fluid, I believe. Or yeah, that's windshield wiper fluid. Either one. And then oil, I think. A little tag for flipping up the hood. Now you may be wondering why I'm not in the car. Oh, I did a good job hiding the license plate. Or actually, no, it's done there. But you may be wondering why I'm not recording in the car. I didn't mean. I forgot about my selfie. Which I like this one because you can see it in the back of the Suburban, of the 2002 Suburban, which is around the same size as the 2020 Mustang, which is odd. Mustang has grown. Mustang is big. But yeah, no. The reason why I'm not recording recording this with my IRL stuff, recording this IRL on the Mustang is because it gets hot in that garage, and when you idle the Mustang, let's say you got about at full engine, you got about 10 hours of idling. You got about if that might be being generous. And right here, I'm showing off that the backup cameras the backup sensors do pick up ridiculously small items, such as that, which me and my sister noticed it picks up the lizard. However, it only happens on max range, max green, and min green. Here's a zoom in. And it has to be out a bit. You can't be right on top of it because the sensors because basically the sensors have a cone, and things can get below the cone if it's small enough. And yeah, it's the Ford logo power bank. And you can pick up basically something that's no more than 4 inches long or 4 inches wide and 3 inches tall, or the little Cuban lizard that exists now, that exists in Florida. And showing off the high shine detailer again. Did high shine the outside of the gauges, didn't do anything to the glass. I didn't do anything to the plastic because I didn't want to damage it or make the gauges shiny, which would be bad. Shinier than they already are. That'd be bad. This is me at a new hospital, a new hospital near or in between Orange Park and Millburg, where I go for my ear appointments. That's my grandpa's coffee cup. And I just wanted, it looks pretty. It looked pretty. And also I wanted to detail my driving position of how far back it is, how reclined it is, how far back it is, how low it is. Yes, I figured out that if you press down on that, you actually lower the seat and raise the seat. Which is fantastic. This is me showing where I parked, which is the cool kids area. Next to that Ram, next to these cool cat cars. That's a Z and a I think it's Charger. Which this is not that far from the hospital. Don't worry about it. Not that far where we needed to go anyway. And we didn't have my grandpa's and grandma's disable window hanger, so we couldn't actually park in the disabled parts. But yeah. This is coming back from it where we passed 1,000 miles. Yay! Now we get oil change. Now we can hit it. And the Mustang is fast when you actually get to run 8% throttle. I still haven't found the floor yet, and I don't think I will ever. I don't think I ever will outside of a track. So yeah, that's a thing. Also, I do have lane keep assist on because I have ADD and focusing is an issue, so I like making sure that I stay in between the lanes. And it's really good. It does put you in between the lanes, or at least sticks you where you want it, which for me is putting the driver on the middle of the lane, because that's what I do. I center myself. Then this is looking at the tire pressure. We were having some issues with the tire pressure from its setting for the last few weeks because the Buckman Bridge was down. The Buckman Bridge had had most of its lanes closed, and because we go across that bridge every Sunday to go to my parents' house, we couldn't go to my parents' house. And that's what I mainly used the Mustang for. So the tire pressures went down from being cool, despite being in the very, 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 very hot garage. So they went down from being cool and then driving them, and it went back up. It's supposed to be around 30. It's supposed to be 33, by the way. Then here's the hybrid wash mitt, which is used with the hybrid wash and wax. Which you don't think of a picture of the hybrid wash and wax. Also, there's a Nike bag, which I guess also shoe update. The shoes are nice, which I need to do a separate shoe update. There it is. Once you wash with this side and you wax with that one, and use the same bucket. There's a Ranger. There's I want to call it Malcolm Ranger, but there's Ranger. My sister last name's Ranger. There's Ranger. My sister's RAV4 EXE hybrid, and yeah, it looks like a Prime, because I thought Prime was the only thing with the gloss black. No, apparently that's shared with the higher trims of the RAV4, and the Prime, with the key distinction between the Prime and a normal RAV4 is the fog lights being straight, being vertical. But this is me washing my car. I was going to wash my sister's, but it started raining. Here's another one, just pretty Mustang, wet Mustang. Beating Mustang from from the rain and the wash, it worked though. Like, if you got a wash in the rain, McGuire's wash and wax actually did the job. Because you can't wax it like this, and my garage is not big enough for me to wax the car normally, but man, does it work in the rain, and look how well it beats. And that's just, I was just doing the Mitt thing back and forth with the Mitt. This is how shiny the Mustang is now. Also, I probably need to post this on Deviant Art, because it is like who's the pony in the stable, you know. And they look how shiny and how deep and rich the color is, and this is just with the ceramic wash and wax, which I was keyed into by the neighbor that I should go McGuire's for my wax on the Mustang. Because he uses McGuire's on his Mustang and he likes it better than Mother's. The Mother's another brand. My sister uses turtle wax, which turtle wax is great. Nothing wrong with it. But McGuire's is McGuire's. I do plan on getting the showroom shine whatever, the red bottle of not liquid wax. I think, well, it's something, but Carnauba thing, or what's it? Basically the Showtime one. So make it really pop, and then just use the washing wax normal, and then use that every 3 months just to make it, just to have like this, have this like this middle layer, like have the washing wax on the bottom, have the washing wax on top, and then the middle layer of that super shine should look really nice. Then this one, then my grandpa used the Mother's soap, which we already had from the Chris Fix video on super cleaning, and yeah, he washes my grandma's. Ours, really. 2002 Suburban LT, and yeah, it's just the Mustang after a once over. Like McGuire's people, McGuire's. Like, this is the one I'm going to post to Deviant Art. Oh yeah, look at that. Then this another view of the Mustang shininess after driving 40 miles. That's the big van that was saved by Chris Fix. And at the 40 cool line, one of the reasons why, well, yeah, it might be the very reason why I got a Ford product, actually, because it's so nice inside. The seats are so fantastic. I mean, it's mostly because it's a friggin' conversion van. In the olden style, before now they're either campers or they're shuttles, which sucks. So yeah, but anyway. Then I haven't uploaded this yet, so you're getting a little sneak peek if I upload this first. A little continuity if I upload this second, but I finally got back into diecast collecting, and because my grandparents bought me this guy for my birthday. Because it's a Mustang. It's a Shelby GT 500. With the carbon fiber package, which is nice. I do want those wheels, but I like my wheels because my wheels are heritage. They look like a modern spruced up version of the wheels that are on the original Mustang. Same with the chrome front, and also the logo in the back. Which I do got something for that. Don't worry about that. Then here's my collection of diecast so far. I'll put that back there. But anyway, we're done with that part. Let's go here. And this is why I posted a DeviantArt the other day. If you see this here in second, I had no better name for it. I'm sorry. But this is basically the review. This is basically using my prime macro zoom lens, as I keep calling it that, which I probably should put in my production details. I probably should, but anyway. And yeah, this is what it looks like with in daylight, I might add. But when you zoom in, when you go into macro mode with the zoom. It it really gets really super dark, as you can see. And yeah, this is a really pretty picture of the Mustang. I want to do one on the front too, because the front is what I really wanted from the pony package, because you can get that front without having it custom made, and apparently it's really expensive. So like you can get this, like the only part here that's from the pony package is this badge, and this badge you can get for like $100 or whatever, like under $100 or under it, from American Muscle or CJ Pony Parts, whatever. So you can badge your GT with something that's not letters. That's not really GT, but anyway. So yeah, that's the first update on Grandstang. Thanks for watching. I love my Mustang, as do all Mustang owners for the most part. I love my Mustang. I love him so much. He is fantastic. He makes me feel so confident while driving. He makes me feel so comfortable while driving. Makes me feel so safe while driving. Something I just never felt before, because I never drove a car before. I've only driven crossovers. My sister's RAV4 and my grandpa's CRV, 2009 CRV, base model. And yeah, and if you're a parent and you're teaching your kid and you're about to teach your kid how to drive, make sure your car is 1% what it would be like it would be like from the factory. Because the CRV was not. The CRV was had issues, had some strut issues, and some alignment issues. So it was not fun. It was not fun driving, and it wasn't that. It was kind of scary at high speeds. Let's be honest. And high speeds is what we know in Florida, because every major road is either 45, 50, or 60. Or 60, 55 or 65. So yeah. But the Suburban was really nice to drive. Yeah, the Suburban was my nicest driving vehicle until I got the Mustang. And the Mustang is a completely different world. It's completely different. The Suburban is nice, and even Doug DeMero thinks it's nice. From his recent video on doing the previous generation Suburban to my Suburban. So yeah. Overall, I just love this Mustang, and if you're on the fence about getting a Mustang or not, as long as you don't need a more practical vehicle, not saying the Mustang isn't practical, it actually really is practical, especially if you fit in the back seats, which most people can in America, because most people are not 6 foot tall like apparently most car tubers are, which is weird. But anyway. And the trunk's really practical, like you can fit so much stuff in the trunk. As long as it just isn't grandiosely huge, it's fine. Like as long as it's a bunch of little stuff, it's fine. If you want a bunch of big stuff, you need a Suburban or you need a crossover. Okay, if you want like one big thing and a bunch of little things, get a crossover. If you want a bunch of big things, get a Suburban or a truck. And going on to the car journey is never complete, I guess. Because now we're going from my first car to just another car for my grandparents, which we're thinking about getting to replace the CRV, which, to be fair, I never quite liked the CRV. I hear good things about Honda. I am starting to like the CRV more, and my grandpa loves the CRV. My grandma loves it too. And it was cheap. It did what it needed to do, but I didn't like it scrapping our Oldsmobile, which would be worth something right now if it was not scrapped. For Obama's Cash for Clunkers program, which apparently wasn't that good of a program anyway. That's what I've heard, so you gotta look that up yourself. But anyway. And he got rid of a lot of good old cars. in favor of cheap, not so good new cars. Like how many Rolls Royces were replaced by a Honda CR-V? Probably not that many, but still. Like a more reasonable thing to ask: how many Mercedes? How many BMWs? How many Fords? How many Chevys? How many brands that don't exist anymore? How many Pontiacs? How many Oldsmobiles were replaced with a Honda CR-V? I know at least one was. But yeah. But anyway, but I'm really happy that I really like this Mustang, and it's fantastic. Oh, by the way, we're thinking about getting either the Ford Maverick truck, a maxed fully loaded all the everything Ford Maverick truck, which by the way is only like $35,000. Maybe even the base Ford Maverick, which I don't think will exist in a dealer lot. I think you have to order that. But it's so cheap. It's so cheap. It's a hybrid. It's still a massive pickup truck because we live in America. And even the compact trucks are massive. And my grandma might be able to get in it easily because she's having issues lifting her leg. So yeah, we're also thinking about getting the base, and only the base. You get the idea. For F-150 Lightning, the full EV version of the F-150, if we can get it for a good price. That intersects the Maverick, because the Maverick we can get around for 32 because the max fully loaded option one is around 36K. We make my grandparents have a tech stock full of 5K, so take that off, which you can only do 45K with just a hybrid, I believe. So 45K, take that off, you're more around 33, 32. With a base Ford Lightning, it's gonna be more like around the same it's gonna be, because they're starting at basically 40,000, so it's at MSRP, which how many people buy Fords for MSRP? I didn't. I bought mine for 9K off. But that was before the end times for good car deals, which apparently we're still in. Although Ford's trying to climb out of it with hiring more people. I don't know how that's going to climb out of it, but they're trying. But anyway. So we are going to so that's more like 33, 34. Because we can get the full 5,000, more 30. Well, it'd be 35. We'd get for 40, which probably won't get for 40. We could probably get it down to 30. But then again, using the same logic, we can get the Maverick for 27. For 27, and if we can get the base Maverick, it would be more like 20. Basically the same price as a CR-V for a hybrid and a truck. But anyway. Oh, I've been wanting to do this, and this is the first update. This has been the first long-term update I was actually able to do. Yay, fantastic. Probably because I cheated, but anyway. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this video, means that's me. Well, it's not me. If you wish, check out the rest of the stuff in the description below, such as space for your sports channel, of course, the space for your channels by watching these videos and each content we produce, by sharing friends and news to you. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess see you in a second.